Hey Guardians, what's up guys? Sly here, back at it once again with your weekly ritual, that is the weekly reset guide. So let's jump in and take a look at everything going on within Destiny 2 for this second week of October. Now, as I'm sure you all know by now, Iron Banner is due to drop today, and I thought it was at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. However, it is now live and has been since reset this morning. Also, the Leviathan Prestige mode was also supposed to drop as well, but due to a technical problem, which I'm sure has to do with the cheese that's been found for Callus, the raid is delayed until next week, the 18th of October. So, sad face on that one, because besides Iron Banner, that was the only thing left I was looking forward to in recent times. So hopefully challenge mode comes out sometime soon as well, but we'll have to wait for news on that. Anyways, y'all ready? Let's do this. It's Tuesday, October 10th, and this is your Destiny 2 weekly reset guide. As always, thank you all so much for watching and for supporting the nation, guys. Always awesome to wake up to a bunch of good comments, and nice ones at that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Starting off, it is freshly 5 a.m. here in North Carolina, and we have just flipped the reset switch. Starting off with our milestones, they are all back, and as for our flashpoint this week, we're heading back to Nessus. So get ready for a lot more failsafe in your life. We also have the Clan XP, Call to Arms, Nightfall, the Raid, and of course, Iron Banner, which we'll get to here in a second. Alright, so the first order of business, the Nightfall. This week we're headed back to the inverted spire, guys. As for the modifiers, we have attrition. Health and shield regen is significantly impaired. Defeating enemies may create wells of light. Collect these to restore your health and to charge your super. And the other one is Time Warp, killing time. We're back to the start of these time-adding mechanics, where the more enemies you kill, the more time gets added back on. Now, the key to this mechanic is to kill everything as quickly as possible, so that way you can move on to killing more adds. The longer you take to kill them, the more time it wipes off your total time, and the less gets added back on. So be sure to only skip the sections where it really helps to get on your Sparrow, because again, if you skip something, you're going to be missing added time. Now, the inverted spire is a pretty easy strike for the Nightfall. The attrition modifier drops these little tornado-looking things. This will kick your health back in and give you a small boost of super energy. Now, I was lucky here, and someone else started this strike like basically right before me. So since this is in a public zone, it basically just gave me my waveforming, which is pretty awesome. If this happens to you, that's an extra free minute or two, so be sure not to waste it. Other than that, we're dealing with more Vex this time around instead of Cabal, which is a good thing to see. Healing Rifts and Titan Shields will help out a ton here, but there are a lot of trash mobs, a lot of goblins. So things like rocket launchers, Wardcliff Coil, double pulse grenades, and roaming supers will be key to getting your time back and getting it back efficiently. Using all of these enemies to your advantage is going to be a big deal. Now just be aware that, like in Crucible, getting team shot by a ton of small enemies will drain your health really rapidly, and with no way to heal unless you grab those little wells of light tornado looking things, they will absolutely wreck you. So key is the cover here. Okay, well that's it for the Nightfall, guys. I'll try to get a prestige guide up here soon, but next let's go to the tower and see what old Salabar looks like in Destiny 2. We'll check out Eververse as well. So off to the tower. So once you get here, guys, head to the right, go up the stairs by the gunsmith, and just follow that soothing Saladin voice. He will guide you to where you need to be. Alright guys, so welcome to Iron Banner Season 1. Now Bungie promised to explain what all this season stuff means here soon in a live stream. I'll be sure to repost that once it happens. Now your first step in Iron Banner is to complete 3 challenges within Iron Banner, and then also collect 10 rank up rewards to progress your milestone for a seasonal reward. Now, no idea what that entails. It could be the flagstaff or the flag stave that we all have in our inventory, but we'll find that out soon enough. Anyways, let's get to what we all really want to see, and that is the loot pool. Now, this is on my Warlock, but each class features the TRUAGE set, and definitely has this samurai-inspired design across the board here. The Hunter and Titan, in my opinion, look the best with that creepy kind of grimacing face mask helmet thing going on, and then the Titan has those cool horns that are way better than the Warlocks, which I am kind of sad about. All don't look too bad, to be honest with you, but Titan and Hunter definitely have the better options here. Also, the new Iron Banner armor is something you really can't mix and match with. Like, they pretty much, like, once you have it, that's all you can really wear it with. I just really can't see this armor going with anything else. And I really don't think that these shaders do it any justice either, because I'm really not a fan of this seafoam and kind of puce green theme going on here. The 2 shaders we have this week are called Iron Wolf and Iron Battalion. Alright, so next, let's get to what everyone really wants to see, the weapons. Starting off with the fusion rifle, we have the WIZENED REBUKE. It has a high impact frame, which is a theme for a lot of these Iron Banner weapons this week. A lot of these are high impact, slow rate of fire. This weapon is more accurate when stationary and aiming down sights. Speaking of sights, we have clean shot iron sights, red dot 2, and then red dot micro. For battery upgrades, the top one is liquid coils, then the bottom one is enhanced battery, which gives you one extra shot and lowers your charge time, but also decreases your impact slightly, which shouldn't hurt it considering this thing is maxed out on impact. Finally, the weapon trait is backup plan, reduced charge time and increased handling speed for a short time immediately after swapping to this weapon. Sort of like a legendary plan C. I kinda like it. Next, let's take a look at the grenade launcher, the Day's Fury. For the weapon frame, we have Precision Frame. Fires a slower grenade projectile that bounces, hold right trigger to fire, release to detonate. For barrel upgrades, we have Counter Mass, Confined Launch, and then Volatile Launch. For the magazine upgrades, there's Mini Frags. Grenades are smaller and more compact for easier reloading, or we have Spike Grenade. Grenades do increased damage on direct hits. And then finally, for the trait, we have Snapshot Sights. Faster ADS time, which is meh. On paper, not that bad of a grenade launcher. We'll see how it does later on today because I'm sure this will be like my first 5 drops. Moving on to the Iron Banner hand cannon, this one I was really looking forward to. That's the weapon called the Steady Hand. Like I said earlier, a lot of these Iron Banner weapons are slow firing, high impact, and this one is no different. So to start off, we have the aggressive hand cannon frame. For sights, there's True Sight, Hit Mark, and then Crossfire. As for the mag upgrades, the top node is Flared Magwell, optimized for fast reloading, then the other is Alloy Magazine, faster reloads when the mag is empty, basically a worse version of Spray and Play from D1. And finally, moving on to this weapon's trait, which is Outlaw, precision kills, increased reload speed. Now this weapon does not have explosive rounds, so that means precision damage on this thing will be like through the roof crazy when compared to another hand cannon in the same archetype like True Prophecy. I'll be eager to make a comparison video on that here soon, but if it feels about the same as True Prophecy, then this will be a force to be reckoned with. Alright, next up on the weapon list, we have the time-worn SPIRE Pulse Rifle. Now, this is one of 2 weapons that is not a hard-hitting, slow rate-of-fire weapon, which makes me happy because fast rate-of-fire pulse rifles, even medium rate-of-fire pulse rifles, are quite viable in the Crucible and in PvE. They have a faster time to kill than Mida or other scouts. So out of everything, this is the weapon I'm most excited for this week. So for the frame, we have Rapid Fire Frame, deeper ammo reserves, slightly faster reload speed when the mag is empty. For sights, we have Hit Mark Iron Sight, Red Dot Micro, and then Rifle Scope. For mag upgrades, there's Tactical Mag or Accurized Rounds, which increases range at the cost of some bullets, stability, and handling. And then finally, the weapon's trait is Zen Moment, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. All in all, this is the weapon I'm most excited for out of all of these, so we'll definitely have to see how this thing treats me once I finally get it to drop. Alright, next up, let's take a look at the scout rifle called the Guiding Sight. It's another slow rate of fire, high impact, so that means it comes with a high impact frame. Slow firing, high damage of course, this weapon is more accurate when stationary and aiming down sights. Speaking of sights, we have Clean Shot Iron Sights, Red Dot 2, and then Rifle Scope. For mag upgrades, there's Tactical Mag or Armor-Piercing Rounds. Finally, at the end here, guys, we have the weapon trait, Pulse Monitor. Auto-reloads the part of the weapon's magazine when the wielder is critically wounded. Moving along here, we come up to the sidearm called the Fool's Remedy. It's a full-auto Suro sidearm, which is one of the most fun weapons in Destiny 2, in my opinion. These are really fun to use. They're also pretty powerful. If you haven't tried any of these things out, like seriously, tried them, grab the Dead Man Walking or something like it, and then go on patrol. Once you learn how to use these things, they absolutely shred up close. So for this weapon's frame, it's Suros Rapid Fire. Full auto, deeper ammo reserves, slightly faster reload when the mag is empty. As for its sights, there's Controlled SAS, Tactic SAS, and then Farpoint SAS. I'm guessing it stands for Suros Auto Sight, maybe Sidearm Sight, I don't know, who knows. For mag upgrades, there's Ricochet Rounds or Accurized Rounds, and finally the weapon's trait is Moving Target. Increased movement speed and target acquisition when moving while aiming down sights. That's a pretty good perk for a sidearm. Lots of stability and handling. I'm excited to see if this one is better than the Dead Man Walking. Alright Guardians, 2 more weapons to go, and first we have the submachine gun called the Hero's Burden. It has an adapted frame which is well-rounded, reliable, and sturdy, whatever that's supposed to mean. Now for sights, we're back to the Suro style sight, so it's SLO 10 post, which is a projection sight, then we have SPO 28 front, which is the medium zoom hollow sight, and then the SPO 26 front, which is a short zoom red dot. For the mag upgrade, it features high caliber rounds or drop mag, which is a unique upgrade that drastically enhances reload speed, but wastes the ammunition left in the clip if there is any left over at all when you reload. And finally, the trait here is called a Threat Detector. Increased reload stability and handling when enemies are close. Alright Guardians, and the last weapon to take a look at this week is another one I'm really excited about in the Iron Banner called the Forward Path Auto Rifle. Now this is the only other one that has a fast rate of fire rather than slow rate of fire, high impact. Well, of course, besides the Suro sidearm and the submachine gun, but they all shoot fast. This auto rifle has 600 rounds per minute rather than 450, which is the dominating archetype as of right now. As for its frame, it has another adaptive frame. Then moving on to sights, we have Red Dot 2 MOA. It's a snapshot sight, short zoom. Next, Red Dot Micro, agile sight, short zoom. And the last one is Rifle Scope, which of course is a long zoom. As for mag upgrades, it's armor piercing rounds or extended mag, which is what I was really hoping for. And then finally, the weapon's trait is Tap the Trigger. Grants a short period of increased stability and accuracy on the initial trigger pull. Alright, and our last stop this week is over to Our Lady, Tess Everest, and all of the Eververse goodies. So starting off with the 2 dances, the first one is the Dance Hall, which I'm not really a fan of, but it's whatever. And the next one you've seen on TV before called the Bureaucratic Walk. Both of these are legendaries, so nothing all that special. Next up, we only have one Sparrow this week, and it's called the Fast Track. Again, it's a legendary. It's a Vanguard Sparrow, nothing that sweet, but the next one we're coming over to our ships. First one, legendary ship called the Tidal Dawn, nothing that special, but after that we have the exotic ship called Ego and Squid. Not really sure what the whole squid thing's about here within Destiny and Hunters, but anyways, the bottom says Panin was a hunter, satirist, travel writer, and renowned cephalopod enthusiast, which of course means squid. Moving on to the exotic ornaments, there's 2 of them this week. The first one is an awesome looking one for Merciless called Break the Dawn. It has this golden kind of white theme going on to it. It looks really, really good. And after that, something for the Rat King called the Black Plague, which really is not my style, but hey, to each their own. Next up, moving on to the Optimacy set, we're selling the class items this week. And I don't know about the Titans or the Warlocks, but the Hunter Cloak is something you definitely want to pick up if you're a fan of long cloaks. Next up for the 2 ghosts, we have the Competitive Shell or the Interchange Shell. Next up we have the 3 shaders. First up is Suro's Modular Shine, then it's Xena Silver, and finally Nebula Rose, and of course here at the end we have the Fire Team Medallion. But that's it for me, ladies and gents. As always, thank you all so much for watching and for supporting the channel. Now before I forget, make sure you grab your treasure maps from Cade 6. I'll have a guide up here soon on where they're all located, so definitely keep an eye out for that. If you're new to Sly Nation, then welcome, my friend. We would love to have you here with us. Subscribe for tons more D2 coverage. Spank the thumbs up only if you enjoyed yourself. And feel free to comment down below if you have any questions or just want to say what's up. Take care, y'all, and keep those eyes peeled for more videos coming out of Sly Nation in the very near future. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.